A feeling of wanting to belong. Now, who wants to belong? Now, some people, they know that if they decide to take their stand, some of their unbelieving friends, some of the people around them will begin to look at them and call them various names. Iwoto Jata, you that are not even, you are not current. They begin to say, so they now feel that, if everybody is saying, oh, my boyfriend is in so and so, my boyfriend is in so and so, they too, if they don't say such, then they won't accept them. But look at what Jesus said. That whoever cannot confess me in public, which means whoever cannot stand for what is right, when he's supposed to stand for what is right, Jesus said, I will reject him before my Father. The way he's denying me before men, I also will deny him before my Father. So it shows us that it is the way you behave on earth that will determine where you will spend your life after death. Hallelujah. Some feel that if they stand maintaining their integrity, people will desert them. Is it true? Yes. Look at what happened to Joseph. The Bible says all his brothers. Now, the father gave birth to about 12 children. All of them. He is number 11. All of them they deserted him. In fact, the Bible makes us understand that they hated him. People of integrity, people don't like us at the beginning. If you are standing your ground, but don't bother. It takes a man with God. In Romans chapter 8 verse 31, it says, if God be for us, who can be against us? It is God being with you now. So what shall we then say to these things? If God be for us, who can be against us? A feeling of wanting to belong is the reason why so many people don't want to stand in integrity. If I don't stand, how would they will remove me from society? Let them remove you. Now, I told them in the first service, I will echo it again. Hear me. Until you pass the test of integrity, there are some levels God cannot take you. Because God will not want to go and announce a product that will bring shame to his name. Say integrity. So a feeling of wanting to belong is the reason why so many cannot stand on their ground and say, no, I'm standing for this, I'm standing for this. I'm standing against this, I'm standing against this. We should understand that integrity is the key. Let's look at the last one, E. E. What's the question we are answering? Why is it that so many believers are not maintaining their integrity today? E. A fear of the unknown. A fear of the unknown. Some will say, who knows what might be my last, who knows whether this sinful opportunity might be my last opportunity. Who knows if I will suffer at last? With this integrity. The pastor is saying, who knows whether I'm going to suffer if I don't compromise now? So they begin to nurse fear that don't exist. That's why I call it the fear of the unknown. Who knows? I remember those days, some years ago, when some pastors there's one particular church. This pastor started church. When they did their first year anniversary, beloved, even the governor of our state, it was under Akala at that time, the governor attended their first year anniversary. Then I went to God, I said, God, why? As at that time, we were celebrating about 10 years. And we have not even attracted local government chairman. And this is 1 year ministry. The governor is seated in their midst. When the car the pastor used is one of the mightiest jeepers at that time. And I was angry. I went to God. Father, what is it? Are you sure that this thing pays? Are you sure that you have called me? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you not the same one blessing this man? Until one day, hear me. I got close to the pastor. They usually invite me for their programs. Now, on this particular day, I was about to go and preach in their church. I slept in my office. Now, while I was sleeping, I just heard a voice said, now let me show you who so and so is, who pastor so and so is. And I saw him dancing. And usually what he does, whenever I go to preach, he doesn't come out. until I finish with my preaching, it won't come out. So everybody was praising God. He was now dancing. He was dancing. He was dancing. He was coming. And I heard a voice thunder from heaven. Now see who he is. The cloth he was putting on just became transparent. And the first thing I saw tortoise tied to his neck. And different kind of charms everywhere. He said, son, that is who he is. I woke up. I still didn't believe. Another day again, I was to go and minister in their program. They printed billboards all the place. Announced it on radio. Then I slept. While I slept, I saw the pastor sat down in his office. He lifted his trousers. There was one big wound here. He now said, Pastor Princewill, come and suck this wound. I said, God forbid. He said, come and suck this wound. I said, come now. And I was going. As I wanted to put my mouth, I said, no! And I woke up. I off my phone that day. That was the last time I went to that church. God now says, son, that's who he is. Do you know that it was not up to 2 years after that church started that crisis? Today we are better than them. And I said, Lord, I thank you. Some of the things you are afraid of, for not wanting to walk in the truth, does not exist. And if I follow the teachings of Pastor Princewill, who will say, okay, when we are dating, no sex in Christian courtship, no sex in Christian courtship. If I, say this brother will not go. If this brother go with my age, are you sure I'm marry again? Why not follow God? Oh, don't cheat in doing business. When you are working under people, don't cheat. Don't say, mama yiwe, kima jiwe kami, dear, mama lema luwo temi. Chima tele nko ti Pastor Princewill so. Listen, there is a great future when you. Now, when you start the journey of integrity, it's not a corrupt world. A world, but when you decide to say, no, I won't do what is wrong. I won't do what is wrong. I won't do what is wrong. It happened to one of our men, that's the king. He said, a client, he's an engineer. When he got there, he was checking. The woman was showing him all the work he's going to do. There's one job to in my bedroom. Follow me. The light. Alone today be like the light. Was he was in the motorway and called one. No, madam, one of my boss job. Men of integrity and entrust great things to your care. Say here. B, leave your size part-time. Leave your size. Ewo integrity ni pe ojukokoro. Ohun tá tọ́wọ́ tó tá fẹ́ fi gọ̀gọ̀ fà. Olólóyìnbó ṣe sọ pé you do according to your cloth. Formerly they say so according to your size. But now it is according to your cloth. Aṣọ yẹn lẹ máa kọ́kọ́ wò. Ya ṣe ní kábọ̀gà lè máa lè rán ní àbí trouser. Tí o bá dé lè rán ní kábọ̀gà àbí trouser bí a ká fi rán torí ẹ̀ nìkan kí náà ń pè náà. Blouse nìkan. At least there are so many people that wear. If you are living above your size. You imagine a student or you are just coming up you as a university fresher, you want to use human hair. Yes, now it's not your level. And you are pointing, you are going to a cosmetics shop and you are saying, how much? 50,000. Say, it's not your size. There is no how you won't look for a man to sleep with you and give you the money if you leave that size. Am I communicating? To walk in integrity, hear me and hear me well. Leave your size part-time. Joseph Tan study. As at the time, the only clothes he could afford was coat of many colors that his father gave him. And you know when you say coat of many colors, it means that it was sewn from several rags. One piece is George, one piece is Kampala, one piece is linen. Baba ide wo pe mi lowo ati ra designer fún ẹ ranpo. And self, with coat of many colors with joy. Listen, you better be help people. It's not that you should relax where you are. Thank God for where you are in your pursuit of what is next. See, I hear now. That's the reason why so many people cannot walk in integrity. Yes. Chicken, KFC, lowu eje. But ti debe. Rategbe titi ton din sinu ke. If that's what you can afford. Ice cream to have sizes. There is ice cream In fact, let me tell you this one too. There was a time we were passing in front of her. What's the name of that place? Domino's Pizza. That time they just came. And my children said, Daddy, ice cream. Daddy, ice cream. And you know, we are used to this one that they used to sell at Food Co. That a whole bowl of 3 liters is 1,300. At times 1,350. Now that they put 100 naira VAT on it, it's 1,450. A whole 3-liter bowl. So you can gbogbo wa nínú ilé wa bá ṣe jẹ́ 5. I'm up on my ice cream. So I now branch. I say, okay, there's no problem. I've never entered there before. And as they put these beautiful girls at the counter. And I said, good morning, good afternoon. They said, good afternoon, sir. You're welcome. I said, how much is your ice cream? They brought one small bowl. They said, this one is 2,005. This one is 5,000. This one is 10,000. I said, ice cream? They said, yes. I said, don't you have any other one? He said, this one is 2,005. This one is 5,000. This one is 10,000. I just turned back. They said, sir. Me said that. Sir, I am not in the level you think I am. And if I choose to want to force myself into that level, I will play with my integrity. Let me tell your neighbor, leave your size per time. I can't hear you clearly. That you cannot afford some things now does not mean you will not be able to afford it later. Up to now, me today, Domino's or me today. I don't deceive myself. Me today, me she ma tora me. Money mo today 25 bank lẹ́yìn she share alone remember she share. And you know one thing with God, He won't sponsor useless expenses. Mati fẹ́ ma ice cream say food co náà ni mo ṣe máa ń lọ jẹ́jẹ́. Mati bo ni 1-3 ẹ̀yin ọmọ ẹ̀já lọ lé. Tí gbogbo aba ma fi ọṣibiti ayo. Leave your size per time. And this principle is applicable on every area. Listen, I don't want to lose my Christian faith. I know the car of my level now. There are some cars I admire. I'm like car yo. I'm like car yo. But me see the bed. Kí ló ń ti àwọn èèyàn lọ ṣògùn owó? They don't want to leave their level per time. Kí ló ń ti àwọn èèyàn lọ jalè? Kí ló ń ti àwọn ọmọ Yahoo pọ̀ káàkiri? They want to live above their means. Kí ló ń ti àwọn 419 wà káàkiri? Wọ́n fẹ́ gba ATM lọ́wọ́ yìí. Wọ́n fẹ́ lo nǹkan láti gbowó tẹ́ fẹ́ gọ́lọ́bà. It's because they don't want to live size per time. But me, I will tell you the truth. See, you are not living for anybody. Stop trying to live your life to impress anybody. I'm not living for anybody. If not, I told you now, the 2.5 ice cream you take and the one of 1.3 that I take, it's no longer in our system. We have eaten it, we have swallowed, we have gone to excrete it. It is you that know that you took 2.5. Me, I know I took 1.3. Did you get me at all? What's the question we are answering? What does it take to remain in integrity? I used to hear some of my friends, I slept at Premier yesterday. I have not reached there. I can afford to sleep at Aquaba. That's where I can afford for now. I slept on waterbed. I have not reached there. Understand. See, once you can live your life like that, I'm telling you the fact, it will not be difficult for you to maintain your integrity. Please prepare them for the next service. They can't come again. It will not be difficult. And all the children that are here, parents that are, teach your children the same way. That's why you see that your child can go to school and you'll be at rest. Because what you didn't give them, they won't desire. There was a time in my life, I've left that level now. There was a time in my life that every suit you see me wear, that time, it was from a Hausa man. This Hausa man will go to Kutonu, buy the bail. And once he land, my office is the first place he will come. I will pick 10. How much were we buying that complete suit, shirt and trouser? Complete suit with trouser and the jacket. 1.5. That time. Once he finished, he handed over to us. We dry clean it. Iron it very well. It is not even the cloth that fits. It's the body. And when I come up, people will be saying, I like our shop, Pastor Princewill. I like our shop. That was my level as at that time. I could afford to carry 10 suits for 15,000. When somebody will say, I bought my own is Alberto Perez, they sell stickers at election lawyer. Or you don't know, there are people that all they do is they sell the brands. They don't sell any other thing. They have shop. They will help you paste it. They will even do the printing. Okay, we used to have one brother at that time. That brother told me the secret. All his suits, they say it's from London, Holland. He says, Pastor, it's a lie. He says, this is Okrika. We'll wash it very well. We'll press it. We'll nylon it. We'll now put blue light in our shop. You change all the stickers. Okay. Walk in integrity. I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. Leave your size pattern. I wrote here, appreciate God for where you are and work towards his next plan for your life. We are still on that point B. As you work towards his next plan for your life. Dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run fún bí tó wà bó ṣe ń lọ síbi tí ó kàn fún ayé ẹ̀. Look at ladies that they have sex with them because of a plate of pepper soup. One of our brothers, we were going home, we were going out one day. He branched. He said, Papa, please, I want to buy meat. And he branched. When I came back, he was laughing. I said, why are you laughing? He said he bought meat of 500 naira. And the man was asking, kí ló dé tó jẹ́ 500 naira lẹ́wà náà sèmi láàrin gbogbo ẹran tí mo gbólẹ̀. Ó lóun sọ pé nǹkan tá gbéra mi ká nìyẹn. Aláwọ̀ èèyàn tó rẹ́ran 200 naira náà. Pé wọ́n kàn fẹ́ ní taste ọbẹ̀. Ìyẹn sínú ọbẹ̀. C, let's look at C. What does it take to remain in integrity? C, keep asking for grace. To remain, keep asking for grace. Má béèrè fún orí ọ̀fẹ́, Olúwa ràn mí lọ́wọ́, Olúwa dì mí mú, jẹ́ kí n lè di òtítọ́ ẹ̀ mú to the last. You keep asking for grace. Because without God's help, so you'll be praying for yourself. So you don't think that you are a superhuman. You are not super. Be asking for grace. Lord, please help me. Lord, please help me. You are the only one that can keep me. As you conquer today's battle, face tomorrow's one again with prayers. My mentor said, he went to Pastor E. Adeboye and said, Pastor Adeboye is Father of all the world. How do you run this race that your garment is not stained? That nobody can pick anything to say against you. Nobody will say Pastor Adeboye stole. Nobody will say Pastor Adeboye fornicate. Nobody will say Pastor Adeboye. You know how? He said, every morning when I wake up, I always say to the Lord in Yoruba language, Olúwa, mo tún jáde lọ lónìí o, gbà mí lọ́wọ́ bìlísì. Ó nítorí bìlísì wà káàkiri. If at that level, that Baba still depends on grace. What about us? You keep praying for yourself. Lord, I don't want my Christian garment to be stained. Lord, help me that I will not lose my salvation. That my Christian testimony will not be lost. You keep telling the Lord, you keep praying. Because he himself said, ask, it shall be given. Seek, you shall find, don't worry. Knock, and I will make sure the door is open unto you. You keep asking for grace. He himself said in Jeremiah 33 verse 3, call upon me and I will answer you. Then lastly, what does it take to remain in integrity? Always caution yourself. Can I tell you this truth? Nobody can tell you the truth like yourself. Nobody can deceive you like yourself. That's why we all have conscience. That's why we have the Holy Spirit. Now, when we are non-believers, we call it conscience. That's when you want to do what is wrong, you yourself know. Look at our children. Okay, our children, as small as they are. When they want to do a wrong thing, when a child wants to do something that is wrong, you will notice that they will look at the eyes of their parents. We all know what is wrong. Learn how to say to yourself. You call yourself, hey, Princewill, just sure right. Oh, just, Mama, Learn it. And apart from that, under the same point, let's match it together. Learn how to allow the people that are around you to caution you. Jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn tó yẹ ká bá ẹ sọ̀rọ̀. Mo like ìyàwó mi fún wọn kan, wọ́n máa ń sọ kíní kan tábàjọ́ ń sọ̀rọ̀ àwa méjì àkíntanra wa. When I'm wrong, she will tell me, Oni, ẹ̀dẹ̀mọ́ ọkùnrin máa ń fẹ́ lo agídígbà mi. No, don't do that. Máa sọ fún mi pé mo wrong. Oni, má jà. But èmi náà wá bára mi sọ̀rọ̀ kó tọ́ dẹ̀ ni o. To yourself. And don't silence those that are around you. I've taught you before, when people criticize you, pay attention to the message. What are they trying to say? Though their presentation is bad, but what are they trying to say? Don't throw away the dirty water with the baby. Yeah, because it's my enemy that is speaking. Don't mind him. Don't mind. No. Even if they spoke wrong, it looks as if they want to disgrace you. Pay attention to the message. I told some people that if I see that they freeze tomorrow, I will embrace him. You know what I'm going to embrace him? I will tell him thank you. Don't pay tithe. A lot of Christians stop paying tithe. You know what I'm going to thank him? I will thank him that are paying tithe, do not even know the reason why they are paying it. Because in the New Testament, kò sí ẹni tí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ pé ká wo bó ṣe ń ṣe ká béèrè fún irú ìgbàgbọ́ tiẹ̀ bí Father Abraham. Go and read your New Testament. Tádẹ̀ ní ẹni àkọ́kọ́ tó sàn dá mẹ́wàá. Abraham, I want to be a Christian like Abraham. Abraham was the first tither. That was when I came up. I paid tithe not because of Malachi. I'm paying tithe because Abraham is blessed and he was the first tither. So I made up my mind. Tithing is going to be part of my principles. Why did I say I'm going to embrace Daddy Freeze? Daddy Freeze made us to know that some of our followers are not even born again. Because if you know the reason why you are paying tithe, nobody will discourage you from paying it. I know why I'm paying. Do you know? Repel it down. Yes, I that day Sunday. I was sharing with one of our brothers, it was on Friday. He was telling me how things was difficult for him now and how things was easy for him when he was a bachelor. I now ask him, what's the difference? Now that you are married, things are very tight. Now that when you were a bachelor, things were better. He said, when I was a bachelor, I was a very faithful tither. But now, Pastor, Papa making some tithe more. I said, that's it. How much is tithe of 100,000? Is it not 10,000? Divided by 10, a percent. Why are you struggling with God over? I said, that's the reason. Can you see the reason now? Talk to yourself.